So here's a project I've been working on, and literally this is 3 days work and dealing with Chat GPT. It was actually very frustrating at times. I love the colored pictures. It makes life easier. But Chat GPT cannot count. I literally had to tell it to number these pipes here. Okay, and these are 4-inch pipes coming down. And basically, it's my flush system comes down from the E-trough into pipe 1, the water goes up. Into pipe 2, the water goes up. Into pipe 3, the water goes up. And now the water goes into Tote 1, which also has a filter that I attach to the lid. So I'm filtering 3 ways, trying to get the cleanest water possible. Then it's going to go into my first tote. Now, across the bottom are 3-inch PVC pipes. This equals the water flow. So it's like having all 4 totes connected. So when one tote is half full, all 4 totes will be half full. It equals the water in all of them. And that's the reason for this big pipe across the bottom, which is called the manifold. In tote number 2, we're going to have a 1-inch pipe that goes through the lid that comes down and connects to a stainless steel filter. This 1-inch comes up, then it's going to go across, and then it's going to be, I'm going to drill a hole in the side of the house, and it's going to go into the house where my bathroom is. Now that's where the pump is going to connect to that 1-inch pipe. The whole idea of that is not to have it all the way down to the bottom, because gravel, stuff like that, always settles on the bottom. So whatever gets through the flush system is now going to start settling on the bottom of the totes. We don't want to get that water. At the same time, the top of the water could have little insect legs or whatever floating across the top. We have to go on the idea it's not going to be perfect. But if we run this 1-inch pipe down with the filter 3/4 of the way down, then we know that water's clean no matter what. And then we pump from there. And then we've got this beautiful system hooked up that actually works. Now, at the end here, which is not fully designed yet, I could add a hose, which I'm going to add. It's not going to have any great pressure, but it will be good enough to water a garden or something like that if I want to do. It is what it is. Now you'll see down here, it tries to go into more specifics. Ignore this. This was a mess up where it had said attach the filter to the side of the tote. And I was like, how am I going to do that when that's going down the center? And this is what I mean about ChatGPT. I left this in here on purpose. Okay, it's not as smart as people think it is. And this entire setup that I got here, and you're more than happy to use it, took me a very long time to design. It really did. And I'll post these pictures over in my post section. And if you want, you can go there and right-click and save them and download them or whatever. I'll even post the price list from Ace, is where I plan to buy the plastic piping, and a few other detailed photos if you want to check it out. But this is not a cheap system. Okay, the PVC piping is not cheap. We're looking around anywhere between $700 and $1,200 is what we're looking at. But we don't have to do it all at the same time. Like right now, I'm working on doing the E-trough and get that perfect. So that's working. And then up near the top here, where they're not showing, I'm going to have a leaf catcher that throws out the leaves. I've already bought that. That's sitting here. And then, you know, I'll design this section ready to go in and put it aside. Then I'll go buy these and do this section. I need to buy one more tote because I'd cut a hole in the top of one of mine. I do have 3. So I'm going to go buy one more tote. But that one, I'm going to do something pretty cool. You see, you paint them black so the UV don't get in and so you don't get any algae. You're still going to get a little bit of algae, but not as much. If you remember how Trump did that pool, and he's trying to blame it on everybody about, well, it's algae. I mean, there's nothing preventing the algae. What are they going to do? Just fill it with bleach? There's no way around that. So basically, this prevents algae from growing in. But what I'm going to do with my next one, it's going to be a white tote, is I'm going to take a 1-inch piece of painter's tape and go down the side and leave it where I can still see that clear. Then I'm going to paint the rest of the tote. And then when it's dry, I'll pull that painter's tape off and I'll be able to see that white line. So now I'll be able to see what my water level is. And I'm not going to have to pull a lid to actually see what's going on. This particular filter system I'm using here, which is also over here, okay, that is a 1-inch pipe that goes to the pump inside the house. It's set up where I undo this lid and then I can pull the whole system up and basically mess with it. And I do have a picture of a close-up how this actually goes in. Like I said, go check my posts and you'll see how that is. But I'm pretty happy with the way this system is. You'll see it says 3-inch bottom manifold, so there's 3-inch pipes. I was going to run 4-inch, but man, this stuff's expensive. But I think 3-inch should be good enough. I want the 4-inch, as you'll see over here on the wall, the flush system, because it holds more water. Now at the bottom, I'll have a screw-on cap, and I'll drill a tiny hole in the bottom. So what happens is, as this fills up with water, okay, then this will slowly drip the water out. So that's why I don't have to come out and unscrew it every single time. The unscrew thing I'm putting on there is just in case I want to really clean it out. We got a bunch of debris in there. Now, I don't know if you've ever heard this, but some people put balls in there, which then adds into more money at the top because you have to add something to prevent the ball from going up to the top. Sometimes the balls get stuck. Sometimes you get algae in them. It's not as perfect as you think. So I'm not going to use a ball. I'd rather add an extra pipe and see how that works with this system. Now, I could have put it all in one. Like I could have ran my filter system from Tote 2 to Tote 1, right? But the problem is the water's going in here and the water's being slurred around. You don't want that. Or at least I don't want that. So that's why I moved this 1-inch to pull the pump up through here, because this water will be nice and calm, is what this will do. This lid will have another filter on it, is what it'll have when the water goes in. So I'm trying to get this as clean as possible. Now the objective is, the final goal with this, okay, and it's going to take some time. It's going to take me months. It's not going to happen in 1 week, especially what everything costs. So when I finally run this into my bathroom, into a 1-inch pump, into my pump, then what's going to happen is the water's going to go into my toilet. So I'm not going to have city water going to my toilet, but I will have a switch there. I will have a, where I can turn city or go to these barrels, and I can go either way. I also want to run a PEX pipe from that pump under the house all the way to my washing machine, and I want to run it in there. So these totes are going to run my wash machine and my toilet, and that's my beginning goal, is where I'm at. Now the reason for that is our water bills here are extremely high, and I was looking at and I have a brand new wash machine. It's one of those fancy ones, and I'm being charged on 2,600 gallons or something like that. Anyway, it's pretty high. My wash machine's using about $60, and you got to pay both ways. You pay to bring it in, you pay to take it out. So literally, it's costing me $120 to run my wash machine. And I thought, man, oh man, if I could find a way to remove that, that's a nice chunk of change I'm saving every month, right? But you want the water as clear as possible going into that wash machine, because you'll break that washing machine if you get some dirty water going through. Which means When it finally gets to the bathroom and I get the 1-inch pipe in there, then I'm going to have to go with a 100 micron filter, which will connect before the pump. So again, you want to keep your pump clean. And then after the pump, go to 20 micron, then go to 0.5 micron, then charcoal, and then that goes to the wash machine. Still not drinkable, believe it or not. There's actually another thing you add to it, which is like UV light to make sure it's drinkable if you want to go that route. But this is the system I've totally designed. I'm confident that I can do. And I have an idea of if it's not enough water, then I'll actually put 4 more totes on the other side. And then I'll connect them together. So I can expand it into 8 totes in total if I choose. Now, we get a lot of rain here in Tennessee. A lot of rain. And when it rains, I mean, if I was to stand out on my back porch, because I don't have an eave trough there, I mean, I could literally take a shower. It would hurt my head. It's coming off my roof so much. It's literally, I got like 3 roofs going into one, and they're very short where I need the eave trough. So it's not going to cost me very much money in eave troughing to get all this set up and going. But the piping, everything, I don't know. I'd say I'm probably into $1,000 by the time I'm done. And that doesn't even include the pump inside the house yet. Okay, when I finally get in there. But when this system is complete, you would pretty much have a system where you could actually drink the water too, because you could boil the water, right? Just like anything else. Now, when the system is completed, to prevent algae from growing, and probably it would be done in the summertime more than anything else, I would put a half a cup of bleach in each one, is what I would do. And I would do that like once a month for about 3 months. So that's mixing in the system. So now no algae is going to grow inside there. Because you got to understand, if algae starts growing inside of one of these, I have to be able to take it apart, pull it out of the row here, and then clean it. So I can't just start gluing all these pipes together and say, okay, I'm good to go. I can't do that. I have to be able to, disconnect one to pull it out of the lineup. Now, I don't have that in there yet. Okay, this is just what I've come up with so far. Now, these are shut-off valves in here, so, you can turn it and shut this one off, turn it and shut this one off, and you can do that. But I'm going to have to put some joints in here where you can pull one section out, is what you want. Now, I've designed this where you just undo the lid and pull up. And the same thing applies here. This just pulls out and swings over. So, and you have to think about this when you're designing a system. What happens if a tote breaks? What if it cracks? What if something goes wrong and you want to replace a tote? Well, if you got all this glued in, you can't do that. So you have to think about this while you're doing it. And ChatGPT is very frustrating. It's been very frustrating many times. And I'll be quite honest with you, but I do like this picture. Okay, like I said, go check out my posts if you want some more information and diagrams and the price list and stuff like that, if you really want to see this setup. But I think this is a pretty powerful setup, and I would love to hear what you have to say on what you see. Is there something here you would change? I would like your advice. And that would be great. And we'll catch you on the next one.